Look, 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 look. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Ignorant Sports Talk. It's your boy Phil. I'm here with the homies Panky, Figs, and Jay. Today we're gonna cover NBA. NBA's back, fellas. Let's get a round of applause.
Baby, we back.
Yes, sir. Last night we had the Jazz and Pelicans and the Lakers Clippers. Before we get into
you're gonna put some respect. We had the great LA Lakers versus the Kawhi Clippers.
Nope.
You gonna say that shit right, bro?
No, don't do it.
We had J.R. Smith's Lakers and Pat Beverly's Clippers.
Wow.
Wow.
So Phil is canceled. Phil is canceled from now.
Also, Caruso's Lakers would have been acceptable as well.
Yeah,
I am mad at that.
We saw that steal. We saw that steal he did.
Caruso is the GOAT, so what up?
Actually, I lied. It's JaVale McGee's Lakers for putting all that entertaining content on YouTube. Anyways.
Now you're on a timeout.
Before the game started, for each game, all the players and coaches, aside from one for today, linked arms and took a knee during the anthem. Very powerful statement on the first day. Do you think this is gonna continue throughout the NBA season and then into the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't see them stopping anytime soon. They have the whole setup going, and they have the names on the back of the jerseys, the slogans. They have the court set up, with the messaging. Every post-game interview, there seems to be some sort of reference to it. Like, they're not going to stop anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. They even got, like, T-shirts, and then everyone coming in, they're wearing the Black Lives Matter T-shirts, and then they have their warm-up tees, Black Lives Matter.
The coaches have the massive pins. The refs are taking a knee as well.
Oh, yeah.
At least for the first game, the refs took a knee as well. But like the coaches have those massive pins that, like, say the coaches association supports, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah,
rightfully so. I mean, I think they should keep it going for the rest of the season and moving forward. Like, unfortunately, a couple of days or a couple of weeks of this is not going to make a change, but consistent effort is what's going to bring around change. So by all means, keep it going.
And it's like LeBron said that we cannot stop with our foot on the gas. I think even after this season's done, throughout the off season, the draft, and then into next season, it's just going to keep continuing on and on. I think the message will finally get across, and I think it is getting across because some of my clients I've spoken to, they have like friends and family in the States or coworkers in the States that have actually voted for the man in the White House. I don't want to say his name. And they're not going to be voting for him come the election time. So they got the message across, and they're showing their support for Black Lives Matter in the States as well.
Rightfully so.
They should sell jerseys with the slogans on the back. I think that have all the money or a portion to it go to whatever organizations they deem, necessary.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would definitely be dope.
Mm-hmm. And I got a couple quotes here and a couple post or pregame things. Pregame, I think, of the Jazz and Pelicans game. Donovan Mitchell carrying around a bulletproof vest with victims' names on it, and
that was sick.
In the video, he added the quote, "Am I next?" I think that was very powerful on his part. I thought he would put it on and wear it and just walk around the bubble. But even just having it, I think sends a very powerful message across.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
I think that was sick. Like, just the idea that, I think the symbolism of it, that a black man requires protection just to go to work.
Exactly.
Is something that I think might have went over a lot of people's heads. Like, he's just going to work.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to protect himself. But I think also the the beautiful message that it sends, and that like I'm protecting myself through the experience of all the people that are listed on my chest and on my back.
Mm-hmm.
I thought like there were so many levels to that simple action that he did. Like it was beautiful to me, man. I loved every second of it.
Yeah. And I think JJ Redick was being interviewed by Yahoo Sports, talking about Trump tweeting about the NBA, saying if players kneel, the sport is dead to me. Redick responded with, first of all, I don't think anyone in the NBA cares if Trump watches basketball. Personally, I couldn't care less. He went on to say that aside from his tweets about the NBA, every tweet of his is meant to divide. Every tweet of his is meant to embolden his base and what he stands for. I think, do you guys think like a lot more white NBA players will have kind of like these post-game interviews or quotes like that, or talk about Black Lives Matter movement?
Yeah, I think so. I don't see why not. I mean, what JJ Redick said is truth. Like we already know, you know, we've had teams win championships in the past couple of years and didn't go to the White House, you know, simply because of the man that's in office.
Yeah.
So, you know, if he thinks that a sport being dead to him is going to affect anybody, he's out of his mind, you know. So, I mean, hey, like you're going to see a lot more of that. And it's not going to just be white players. It's going to be everybody pretty much, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I think for those guys who play alongside, like they literally shed blood, sweat, and tears with black teammates all the time. I think it would be foolish and ignorant of them not to understand and acknowledge those experiences. So I do think, like in this regard, there will be sort of a spike in white players taking a stand, like JJ Redick. Like, and you know, hats off to him for saying that, because it's a fact. Like Donald Trump, nobody give a damn if you watch basketball or not. Like, okay. Like, who cares, bro? Like, the league is dead to you, bro. You've been dead to us since your inauguration. So shut up. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? So I think JJ is right, and I think there will be a spike in support from a lot of white players, because they spend a lot of time with these guys. They have every reason to support their family.
Yeah.
Let's be reasonable. The president's fan base has never been into basketball. Like, that was never a thing. They're complaining. Like, whoever's complaining about it was never really into basketball to begin with.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like, I think more of his like fan base that watches sports are watching either NFL or America's pastime baseball, where he actually had to reschedule his first pitch for the Yankees.
Apparently, that whole thing came about because he was upset that Dr. Fauci threw the first pitch at the Washington Nationals game, and he was like, "Somebody get me like on the mound so I can do that." And then I guess the Yankees said sure, but then all of a sudden he canceled it. So
I guess it's just because of all the players that started kneeling. I mean, you got Stanton on there, you got Judge on there. Two big names taking a knee,
and also very big guys. Also,
bro, there was a little pile up or whatever baseball fight or whatever they call it in baseball, and then all you see is just Stanton and Aaron Judge just move the entire pile to another location, aside away from the Yankees bench. Coming back to basketball. We'll start with the Jazz and Pelicans game. Fellows, reactions. What did you guys think of the game last night for the Jazz and Pelicans?
Alvin Gentry is still the Pelicans coach, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's stupid as shit. I'll tell you why he's stupid as shit, because the last 5 minutes of the game, mind you, this is a nail biter. This is a game that came down to the wire. Donovan Mitchell was doing his thing. Brandon Ingram was balling. You know what I mean? Josh Hart was putting in work. Zion was looking good out there. The last 5 minutes of the game, Zion is not on the floor. You know what I mean? And this is like I said, this is a game that's coming down to the wire.
Yeah.
We all know about Zion's playmaking ability. We all know about his athletic ability. So for a team that is trying to fight for that 8th spot in the West to not have Zion Williamson in the game in the most crucial, point of the game. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, why are you the coach? Why are you the coach? Like, why is your head in the clouds right now?
And it kind of doesn't help where you had months off basketball, and I think I read that he said we played him with the minutes that were given to us. So I'm guessing like the medical staff gave him minute restrictions, but that 15 minutes after how many months off of basketball?
That's what I'm saying. Come on, man. The minutes given to us.
Yeah, what I look at is like, okay, Zion played 15 minutes and gave you 13 points. You mean to tell me he couldn't have gave you another 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Like, minute restrictions in that regard, like, why did he – unless they're hiding something, unless he re-injured himself during the time off. Because before they canceled everything, Zion was in the game.
Yeah,
like he was playing. He was running for Rookie of the Year. He was coming for that 8th seed. All of a sudden, we come back from giving him all this time to train. Now, remember, maybe 2 episodes ago, we was talking about how Zion out here looking like Bane. He's bigger and stronger, and all of a sudden, he's back on game time restrictions.
Yeah,
15 minutes a game. Like, why are you playing? You're a rookie, and you're supposed to be the new face of the franchise. Why are you playing the same level or the same minutes as JaVale McGee? Like, what's going on here? Something is missing. And according to his production during that time, 15 minutes, 13 points, and 1 assist, 0 rebounds. Maybe he just got benched because he was trash.
0 rebounds. That's surprising.
For Zion Williams?
Yeah, for Zion, yeah.
Williamson, sorry. That's surprising. You got 0 boards in 15 minutes of basketball?
So it's like
too big for that.
I mean, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You like you guys stated, there were 4 months off. Zion didn't get to play in any of those scrimmage games. So Zion was, bound to be rustier than anybody else. If I'm not mistaken, he still shot over 50% from the field. So, you can't really expect anybody to do much with 15 minutes. A player like Zion, like, this is a guy that should be getting 30-plus minutes every game.
But look,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
it is like Zion is – how tall is Zion? 6'8"?
He's 6'6". He's 6'6".
That boy jumping out of the roof, man. Like, you can't tell me that he can't get at least 1 board in 15 minutes. It don't matter where I play. I'm going to get at least 1 board in 15 minutes.
I mean, yeah, but you still got to look at the way he was affecting the game. When Zion was on the floor, the Pelicans were doing work. You know what I mean? When Zion went to the bench, it was easier to hone in on Brandon Ingram. Now, Brandon Ingram did have a tremendous game, but if you look at the way the game played out, the Jazz just had to contain Brandon Ingram. I mean, Drew Holiday was doing his thing, but come on. Let Drew Holiday beat us. That's how I'm looking at it. Let Drew Holiday beat us. All they had to do was shut down Brandon Ingram. If Zion is on the floor, now you got to worry about Zion and Brandon Ingram and Drew Holiday. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like it's terrible coaching on Alvin Gentry's part.
Like barring injury, he should have been in some of it. Like maybe not put him obviously for all the minutes. Like if he was like a LeBron James or something like that. But like the Pelicans aren't in the playoff spot. They were one of the teams that the NBA bent over backwards to get into the playoffs because they want to see Zion Williams in the playoffs. Right. So like that's where it's unless there is something that he may have tweaked or whatever, like he should have been in for some of it. That was really, really strange.
Yeah. Otherwise, why did you come to the bubble? What was your purpose of coming to the bubble if you're not going to compete for that 8th spot?
I wanted to be a fly on the wall wherever Adam Silver was, just him being frustrated that Zion isn't playing. Because like these like seeding games could have been much quicker if they just didn't put those teams in the playoffs. We could have just went straight to the series.
Yeah, you had
exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4. You have like 6 teams battling for that 8th spot.
Because New Orleans is 12th, I think. Before we started, they were 12th in the West.
Yeah.
11. They were 11.
11, yeah.
11, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, it's New Orleans, guys. It's the Pelicans. Did you expect a whole lot from them? Like, did we expect, like, come on, man.
No, I still expected Utah to win. I thought it was.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, like there was no doubt in my mind that Utah was going to win. They have one of the top 10 duos in the league in Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell in terms of defensively.
I mean, it's interesting that you guys say that because the Pelicans dominated that game. They dominated that game.
That's what I was about to point out. Like for as good as Utah can be, they were like early on. New Orleans is really good in the paint against them. That was very surprising when you have someone like Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? It's the experience. I mean, it's that veteran take on the game, that like the ability to keep going. Like anybody can come out the gate hot for the first 5-10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of the big things we're going to learn about NBA players in the bubble, and this is a little bit of a hot take, but one thing we're going to learn about NBA players in the bubble is that we're going to be able to separate I'll say like the J.R. Smiths from the Kawhi Leonards. And what I mean by that is the guys who come in to play ball and they play ball based on hype,
mm-hmm.
and the guys who come in to play ball because they came in to play ball. Like there's no fans to cheer you on. There's no like adrenaline from the crowd and the chants and all that. So really it's just a matter of, did you come here to win, yes or no? You know what I mean? And like it's, as a young dude, like it's hard to keep that going for 48 minutes.
Yeah,
also one thing to point out for me about watching Utah, like I don't watch a lot of Jazz games, obviously. They really need Bogdanović to be healthy, like going forward. They need him as that third option, because they were struggling outside of like their usual like guys.
Absolutely.
Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like Utah's the most overrated team in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, they look really good in spurts, but then they also have times where they look really lethargic and they just look flat. You know what I mean? And I watched the game from start to finish yesterday, and I really do feel like if Zion played 20 minutes, the Pelicans win that game by 5. 20 minutes, just 5 more minutes, the Pelicans win that game by 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you could just look at the way things played out in that last 3 minutes and see how badly they needed another playmaker on the floor. It was bad. Like they were making Brandon Ingram. I love him. The kid is very talented. He doesn't have the basketball IQ to make those decisions down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was taking shots early in the shot clock. You know, it just looked bad. It looked really bad.
Zion's pass to Lonzo Ball was really nice when they were on the break there.
Hold on. Let's back up about 17 seconds. Brandon Ingram is very talented.
Most
Oh,
improved.
come on. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
He's gonna win most improved.
Bruh. Have you watched Brandon Ingram this year?
I have.
Have you watched Brandon Ingram or more Bam Adebayo?
You know what, Brandon Ingram, like watching Brandon Ingram play basketball reminds me of like that last chicken wing.
Oh no.
Because the thing is, it's still chicken wings. So you still like it, but you still have to look at a plate full of bones and realize that it's not that great because you're almost done now. That's what, like, I look at him and I see a plate full of bones and just a little bit of good left. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't.
Wow.
Don't,
you do know the last time these two teams played, he scored 49, right? You do know that, right?
Okay.
You do know he's averaging almost 25 points a game this year, right?
Next to Lonzo Ball?
Next to Lonzo Ball and Zion and Josh Hart and JJ Redick.
You're not going to put Josh Hart in there. JJ Redick is a swing man, and Zion was injured for 3/4 of the season.
Okay, how about Drew Holiday?
Drew Holiday? He's a pass-first guard.
Drew Holiday's a pass-first guard.
Somebody going to challenge that? Drew Holiday's not pass-first? I didn't say he can't score, but he's pass-first.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
All right, Skip.
Shut up, punk. They don't skip on Brandon.
I don't know. Drew Holiday is like I don't know what to define him. He's one of the more rounded point guards.
He's a big guard.
He's a defender that can score the ball. He's not. I don't look at him. Don't get me wrong. He can pass the ball, but he's not known for his passing. He's known for his scoring and defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big guard that can guard 1-4 anywhere.
1 to 4.
1-4 and hold his ground.
Which 4? Who? Who at 4 is
positions 1-4.
No, I understand what you mean by the numbers. I'm talking about who. Give me a name. Who is Jrue Holiday guarding at the 4?
Bro, he spent a lot of time guarding LeBron the last time they played the Pelicans. Yeah.
And then
he stripped LeBron a couple times.
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
Listen, the only 1 to 4 Jrue Holiday is guarding is when they play the Houston Rockets, because their average lineup is figgy sized. Let's not get carried away with Jrue Holiday, all right? Like,
Jrue Holiday is an underrated guard that should be appreciated.
He's a good guard. He's a good guard. I'm not taking away from Jrue Holiday's strength, but let's not get crazy with it. Try to act like Jrue Holiday, all of that. Like,
I'll take him on the Lakers in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I'll take him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because the next best option is a malnourished boxer Doberman crossbreed in Rajon Rondo, and that's okay.
And he's injured.
Jrue Holiday. Am I wrong? All right,
a malnourished boxer dope.
I told you I was going to be on some bully today, bro. I had a long day, bro.
Golly. Oh, my God.
For those that watched like most of the Pelicans Jazz broadcast, does anybody catch how we may be pronouncing Zion's name wrong?
Yo.
Yeah.
So apparently before he went to Duke, it was like Zion, like EN kind of a thing. It wasn't like Zion. When he went to Duke, it became Zion, and then he's just like, all right, I'm gonna run with it. It was really weird. I don't know, like it's not a big deal, but I didn't know that was a thing or not.
That's just the way people talk, man. That's nothing. That's not the same as Tyrod and Terod. Those are different letters.
Tomato. Yeah.
You know,
Dylan and Dylon.
Like, cut it out, Zion.
All right, let's get to the main event. Battle of Los Angeles. Pretty good game. LeBron was a defensive machine. Holy crap.
One thing I would say about LeBron, bro.
He struggled at the beginning.
Shut up.
That's fair.
Why are you bringing up bullshit? Let's talk about what matters.
He made up for it defensively.
Year 17, best defensive player on the floor, and Kawhi Leonard is in the game. Give that man his trophy now. Call it a day.
Nah. I say Raptors in 6.
That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, bro.
What do you mean? You just said give him the trophy and then get the Raptors in 6.
MVP. Year 17, best defensive player on the floor with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard in the game. Give LeBron his MVP trophy right now. Now, I also think that they're going to win the Larry O'Brien, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a fact. You and your Geico Lizards can shut the hell up. Okay, the Raptors ain't doing nothing. They lucky if they in the Final Four.
Would you like car insurance, sir?
You better have ass whooping insurance.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna do you like Colonel Stinkman.
But overall,
I did not expect Paul George to play so well. That was the other takeaway from that game.
I mean, that's PG, bro. PG is one of the realest players in the league for me. Like, I mean, if y'all look back, I was looking at PG as like for the last couple of years, he should have been in the top 10 conversations in the league. So PG is my guy, bro.
Honestly, I think PG for this team, I know Kawhi is considered the guy, whatever, but if they're gonna win the championship, Paul George has to be better than Kawhi Leonard offensively. Kawhi Leonard is still gonna be the better all-around player, but if the Clippers have aspirations of winning the championship, which they do, Paul George has to play like he played last night. You know what I mean? Pretty much throughout the whole playoffs. I wasn't really surprised. If you look at the 4 games that these two teams played this year, Paul George was the best offensive player on the floor pretty much all 4 of those games. You know what I mean? Aside from maybe Anthony Davis. Not saying that Kawhi didn't ball out. He did. But, you know, Paul George, he's been pretty consistent on that end of the floor, man.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that gets me is almost like if you look at how Kawhi came to the Clippers, Kawhi was very adamant on like, I'm not going to sign with the Clippers unless Paul George comes with me. he already knew that this was going to be the dynamic where Paul George was going to be the offensive front runner. Like Figgy, like you said, like if they're gonna do anything in the finals, Paul George has to be the driving force on the offensive side.
Oh yeah.
That's just the way it is.
And what do you guys think of the Clippers starting Reggie Jackson over Pat Bev?
I totally agree with that. I can't stand Pat.
I agree with it as well. Reggie Jackson gives you more of an arsenal offensively. Mm-hmm. Not to say that Patrick Beverley is not a good offensive player. I mean, he's average, but Reggie Jackson can drive the ball. He's a better ball handler. You know what I mean? In my opinion, he has better IQ with the basketball. He makes better decisions. Now, of course, Patrick Beverley is a way better defender. But in the Clippers, they need instant offense. You need somebody else on the floor in the starting lineup that's going to do something besides Kawhi and Paul George. Of course, you got Montrez and Lou coming off the bench. You know what I mean? But with Kawhi and Paul George, you need that third option, especially somebody like Reggie Jackson. He's dangerous. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, and Reggie – go ahead, Fix.
No, I'm saying there was a possession last night where he got the ball, he came across court, and he stutter step, went all the way to the rack, slammed that bitch. You know what I mean? Like, Pat Bev ain't doing that. Pat Bev ain't giving you that, you know? So
Reggie Jackson's another, like we were talking about, Drew Holiday's, like another big guard that can hold his own. And, like, when he was on Detroit, he kind of was, I guess, wasn't used properly from what I saw from Pistons games. Again, we are talking about the Pistons.
Also, he was constantly hurt.
Yeah. And then
let me ask you a question, right? Who do you think is better than Reggie Jackson or Drew Holiday?
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
Oh, don't.
Listen.
I heard what you said, and I moved on with it. I heard what you said. I didn't
Wow.
All right. All right. We're going to have to check that Corona bottle, nigga, because
Yeah, that's.
There might be some haterade in there.
Need all the secondary scoring they need to get from those guys. They need to get more of their secondary guys involved. So having Reggie start, a game like that, which, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I don't think the Clippers aren't really going to move up that much. They're more just trying to defend against everybody else that's underneath them in the standings. But
pretty much.
They need all their secondary guys to wake up and help those, Kawhi and Paul George out.
So I gotta go on a tangent here. Yo, Pac was good, my nigga. Was good, my nigga.
Here we go.
I see my boy Pac back there. Okay, so I told y'all niggas. I said it in the group chat. I said Dion Waiters was going to be a factor.
Oh, facts.
Motherfuckers looked at me like I was crazy.
Oh, no, I was with you from day one, cuz. Facts.
Bruh, Dion Waiters was balling last night. I know y'all saw that spin move to the rack. Woo! Oh, my God.
First of all, shout out to my nigga Henny Smith and my nigga Dion Waiters, bro, because they was doing it. They've been doing numbers since day one. Shout to them. I don't know what it is, but Dion Waiters, J.R. Smith, JaVale McGee, LeBron has a way of bringing the Muppets together and turning them into a basketball team. Gang.
Well, LeBron told Dion Waiters to put down the edibles, told JR to stop buying Hennessy, told JaVale to start making a YouTube account.
Whatever happens, Dion, shout to the weight. It's been a long time, but we
yes.
The bubble is still early, my friends. One wrong package, and it's all over for Waiters and Smith.
No, you're definitely right. But what I've been saying about Waiters from the beginning, I know he hasn't played in a while, but the guy is a walking bucket, man. He can score. He can score the basketball. He has the handle. You know what I mean? He can drive to the rack. He can get there with ease. I mean, the last year we really saw this guy play. He gave Kevin Durant 37 points, and he hit the game winner in Kevin Durant's face. You know what I mean? So this guy is a very capable offensive player.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he came up in huge moments. That three that he hit in the fourth quarter, I think the Clippers were up 1, and he hit a 3 to give the Lakers a 2-point lead. That was huge. The Lakers probably don't win this game without that shot. You know what I mean? So
no, the Lakers don't win without Alex Caruso's steal. That's what they don't. That's what
Oh
happens.
yeah, that too. That too.
The
Either way,
headband
too.
god.
Either way, bro. Dion did his thing. I think again, like I don't know what it is, but shout out to Frank Vogel as well, like bringing together literally a ragtag group of rejects and turning them into a championship caliber team under the leadership of LeBron and Anthony Davis.
I was about to say,
Huh?
I was about to say, you're actually acknowledging Frank Vogel as the head coach of the Lakers and not LeBron James.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but when we had our NBA awards episode, I mentioned that I think Frank Vogel could be a candidate for Coach of the Year, and y'all went down my throat about it. But I think it is still something that needs to be looked at. Like Frank Vogel has put together, yes, Philip, I got you. I think Frank Vogel has put together a group of dudes that otherwise have no business playing basketball together. Quite frankly, he put together a couple of dudes that have no business playing basketball, period. But for some reason, they just work.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not like this is Vogel's first rodeo, man. You got to go back to that Pacers team that took the Miami Heat to 7 games every year in the playoffs. Like, there was a reason they were doing that. You know, Frank Vogel's defensive-minded. You know, the way he runs things, it pays dividends. It definitely pays dividends. You know what I mean? Then he ended up going to Orlando with a bunch of scrubs. So, I mean, you can't really count that against him. If you give this guy good players, he'll figure it out. And I really feel like he's figured it out.
Yeah. Matter of fact, just give him players that are willing to work.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And they're making it look good. Like one of the big things about the Lakers right now is their team chemistry is on point. You know, they look good playing ball together.
Yeah.
I think after like moving forward on their next game, they're gonna clean up everything defensively, and probably we'll see more buckets go in offensively for them.
Oh yeah.
LeBron is definitely not going to shoot 6 for 19 every game. You know what I mean? And
not score in the first.
Oh no,
This guy didn't score anything in the first quarter. I'm like, what is happening?
But that's as a testament to the game last night, because LeBron didn't score. What he had 6 points at half. You know what I mean? He had 0 points in the first quarter, and they were down like 13-14. Like they were still winning big with LeBron not scoring. That just goes to show you the Lakers, the way they're put together, man. Like, this is a dangerous team.
That's the thing. You got to ask yourself, like, or not really ask, but you got to look at it like, if your biggest issue as a franchise is that LeBron had a bad night, okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to have bad nights back to back.
Oh,
He's
no.
not going to have a bad series. If your problem is that your star player had a bad night, then you're in good shape. If your problem is that your star player is the man and everybody else is trash, we need to readjust some shit. We need to check some things. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
But did things turn around for LeBron when Chris Bosh tuned into the game? Is that the secret?
You know what? It might very well have been. You know, Chris showed up and Brown was like, "Hey, that's my man's pots and pans." So,
Listen, man, I seen a play. LeBron was going to the rack. He looked over, saw Chris. He said, "This nigga." And he missed the layup. So I think Chris is the reason LeBron shot 6 for 19. Chris Bosh, nigga, watch that shit on your TV. Leave that shit to the fans, motherfucker. You out here looking like Cousin Skeeter on the big screen. Nigga, stay home. God damn.
Hey, yo, you ain't got no manners, bro. No manners. Chris Bosh doesn't deserve that, okay? Chris Bosh is a legend in Toronto.
In Toronto, yeah.
You know,
Dinosaur Chris Bosh.
he's a legend on Disney Plus.
He got the Miami Heat when he helped Miami get that one championship with the rebound.
Oh, the rebound that Popovich didn't put Tim Duncan in the game for? Yeah.
Oh, here we go again.
You're not about to sully one of LeBron's rings. All right? You're gonna shut it down.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
Also, all the players that showed up to watch that game, like a AAU game.
Melo, CP3.
DeMar was one of them also. Like, just a bunch of dudes just like, all right. I want more of that. I want more players watching other teams play like that.
Yeah. So you know what?
Go ahead.
Oh no,
Vince.
go ahead, Phil. Go ahead. My bad.
Someone should have taken JaVale McGee's camera and vlogged from the sideline or wherever they were sitting for an episode. That would have been sick.
Yeah, that would have been dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm.
That would have definitely been dope.
What is JaVale McGee's YouTube channel about?
Just the bubble life.
That's like
It's actually
The man wakes up. "Ugh, I don't know if I can do this today. Puts the camera in front of Danny Green's door, knocks on it, runs away.
that nigga his favorite line is I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. That motherfucker say that shit like 11, 12 times every episode. I'll be like, God damn.
He looks at his breakfast. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to eat these eggs.
Trash ass cauliflower steak.
you know.
Yo, that. Oh my god.
Anytime somebody start a sentence by saying, "Hey, I ain't gonna lie," they about to lie to you. So,
Oh yeah.
Nah, that's a
Oh
fact.
yeah.
That's a true
it's all
fact.
real fact. If you need to preface your honesty, it's because you're a lying horse. So let's just get that.
Jesus.
That's the way I feel. Can't nobody tell me different.
All right, I just want to get back to the game real quick. I got an
Yeah.
interesting stat for you guys. Anthony Davis, right? And I was talking with Jay a little bit briefly about this earlier. Anthony Davis, in the 4 games against the Clippers, and not just the 4 games against the Clippers, it's been a ongoing thing all year. In the first 3 quarters, this guy is a fucking maniac. He's a monster. You know what I mean? He's all over the floor defensively, offensively. He can't be stopped. The 4th quarter, he just disappears. Like, he does this all the time. You know, last night he had 2 points in the 4th quarter. I think the game in March, he had 2 points in the 4th quarter. The first game they played, he had 0 points in the 4th quarter.
Yep.
Why does this keep occurring? You know, like, what do you guys have to say about this? What do you think's going on with Anthony Davis in the 4th?
Like you said, he's been like just going all out offensively, defensively. I think he just runs out of steam and just on the floor just to be a rim protector. That's in my opinion. Because personally, doing that in basketball growing up, even like at the college level, going hard for like first 3 quarters, I gas out. And I'm a corner shooter. I gas out.
Listen, man. I hear you, bro. I agree with you to an extent.
Yeah.
Because I get it. Like, you go balls to the wall for the first 3 quarters. By that 4th, you're like, man, I'm tired. You know, you're sucking, whatever. But if we have learned anything from Coach Carter, when they played their first game of the season, Kenyon looked at him. He's like, but Coach, we ain't got no offense. What we going to run? And he's like, well, what did we do in practice? And he was like, run. And he's like, well, what you think I want you to do on offense? He was like, run. Coach was like, absolutely. Anthony Davis makes on average $25 million a year. Yo, bird-looking ass better have stamina in the 4th quarter for $25 million a year. I don't care what you did in the first 3 quarters. If you can't give me more than 4 points in the 4th, we have a problem. That's the way I look at it. I'm sorry, bro. Like, you can't tell me that, oh, I gave you all I had in the first 3. You need to be prepared to play for 4 full quarters of basketball because I pay you $25 million a year to do that. Don't come to me with no excuses. I don't make $25 million a year. I can't go to my job and say, listen, from 9 to 3, I'm going to give you all I got. But from 3 to 5, I already gave you everything, bro. I'm going to hold off on these last 2 hours. Now, granted, I do that anyway, but they don't know that I do that, so they can't fault me for that. You know?
If you're in our gym anytime between 3 and 5, you'll see Jay walk around at least 30 times.
That's different. That's prime time. That's prime VIP hours, and you know my real runs know what the move is. But you know, you get the idea. Like, you can't just shut out in the 4th quarter and expect to be considered one of the greatest. Like, you got to play from the start, from the first whistle to the last whistle. That's it.
Yeah, I'm going to go on a whim right now and say that if the Lakers and the Clippers somehow end up meeting in the Western Conference Finals, which I feel like a lot of people anticipate, Even though I feel like the Rockets are going to beat the Clippers, but that's neither here or there. If they do end up meeting and Anthony Davis continues with this formula, the Lakers are going to lose in 5. I'm telling you that right now.
In 5.
Ooh, bold prediction.
I'm telling you, listen, the playoffs is a different beast. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, Kawhi Leonard has been doing his thing, Paul George has been doing his thing, but I guarantee you, if we see the Kawhi Leonard that we saw last year in the playoffs and we see Paul George playing like he's playing now and Anthony Davis decides, oh, yeah, LeBron, the fourth quarter is you, B. It's going to be a long series for us, bro. Long.
Yeah.
Has LeBron is not clutch narrative been transferred over to Anthony Davis now? Is that like what happened? LeBron was like, nope, you're taking it now. You're dealing with all this crap.
I actually think Anthony Davis has been getting a pass for years, bro. Like, it was a couple of years ago they swept the Blazers. I think it was the first round. And then they got their asses handed to them by the Warriors. They got swept right back. And, people have been giving this guy a pass, and rightfully so. You were playing for the Pelicans, you know what I mean? But now you in the bright lights, my brother. You in L.A. You're playing for one of the best, if not the best franchise in basketball. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You got to turn up.
And he made a huge fit to be there also. Not just like he just happened to just sign. He was like, no, I'm not playing. You take me there. Send me there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, again, for me, it all comes down to the simple fact that this is your job. It's your job, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And not only is it your job, you are one of the best at your job, but you can't claim to do that if you're only that 75% of the time. So you need to get his shit together. And you know what? I think now this is the only time you're ever going to hear me either challenge, contend with, or come against LeBron James. I think LeBron, as the leader of that team, the only person that needs to bring to Anthony Davis's attention that in the fourth quarter, the only thing that's present is his unibrow is LeBron James. LeBron needs to let him know, my guy, you can't be – come on, Phil. You can't be Boogie Cousins in the fourth quarter. We already lost him. I need you here. I need you present. I need you doing your dirt. Because LeBron and AD working at the same time is an unstoppable formula. AD doing his numbers in the first half, LeBron doing his numbers in the second half, we can figure that out. And teams are going to figure that out. They're going to figure out a way to beat that. So they really got to know how to combat that ASAP. And LeBron's the only person to bring that to his attention.
Does Anthony Davis's T-shirt get too tight in the fourth quarter? Is that what's going on? Like it just like starts suffocating him?
I was looking like his sleeves get really bunched up and his deltoids get kind of swollen, so his arm just be like dangling.
That's a lot of blood flow. That's how you know he's going balls to walls, yo. He's getting swole on the court.
Yeah, man, like
Bruh.
by the end of the third quarter, he got a pump going. He like,
That shit is crazy.
Halftime.
Yeah, like,
Give me some creatine at halftime.
yeah, man.
but yeah, man, like listen, man, the Clippers were built to slow LeBron James down. They got all of these big bodies. They went out, they got Marcus Morris. They got Kawhi Leonard. They got Paul George. You know what I mean? They were built to slow LeBron down. They ain't going to stop him. They definitely ain't going to stop him. But they were geared towards LeBron. There's not a soul on that team that can defend Anthony Davis.
No.
So if the Lakers are going to be successful, Anthony Davis has to give it his all. I'm not saying that he didn't play hard. I mean, the guy scored 34 points yesterday. Of course he balled out, but the fourth quarter is the most important time of the game, man. You got to show up. You got to show up.
You got to.
Has anybody ever stopped and like really just like looked at Anthony Davis's shoulders? like Anthony Davis, he looked like he's wearing the Iron Man suit, but only from like the chest up. Like it don't make no sense. Like he is all the way skinny except his deltoids are just massive. Anybody else book that?
Nigga, I can't get off his eyebrow. Yeah.
It's an
I
optical
ain't even make it to
illusion.
the shoulders.
The eyebrow-shoulder ratio.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Oh, shit. All right, so we had a couple games on today. One of them finished. Another 8 seed battle. The Brooklyn Nets and the Orlando Magic. Magic taking the Brooklyn Nets by 10. Where did I put the Brooklyn Nets? Do you think Brooklyn is gonna drop to 8, or drop out of the playoff contention completely?
I mean, honestly, like watching Brooklyn is kind of like watching the Jets play. You know, it's yeah. I don't think they need to. I think they should have stayed home, honestly. But we gotta watch them. You know, so that's one of those games. Orlando and Brooklyn. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of basketball, but I didn't want to watch that shit. I'll be honest with you. You know, like
First of all, you're not allowed to comment on other New York teams. You're a Knicks fan.
but bro, come on. Listen,
You can't talk about the Nets. The Knicks aren't even in the bubble, okay? You can't talk about the Brooklyn Nets because the New York Knicks are at home.
nigga, we are content with being trash. Like the Nets are flashy trash. You ever heard of flashy trash?
You know what I'm gonna call you from now on, my mans? Y'all wanna call me Skip? Fine. Your new nickname is Oscar the Grouch. This nigga said he is content with being trash. This nigga talking about,
Yeah.
I love trash. You love the Knicks, bro.
Nigga, wasn't Sesame Street shot in New York? Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Anyway, so yeah,
Brooklyn-
Go ahead, Frank.
Brooklyn's saving grace is that Bradley Beal got hurt for Washington because they're going to fall to 8th, or it's very likely they'll fall to 8th, but they won't fall out because Washington has to get close enough to the 8th spot to make it interesting, and they're about to lose to Phoenix right now. So,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. As we're recording, it's like 116-104 Phoenix over Washington with like 4 minutes left in the fourth. So,
Brooklyn is 8 in the East right now.
yeah, but Washington has to catch up to them.
Washington ain't gonna catch up.
Exactly. So they're going to be – okay, so they're going to stay at 8th basically.
Yeah.
So they're not going to drop out only because Bradley Beal got hurt. That's it.
And the other game that's on right now on the west side for the 8 seed battle, Memphis and Portland are in it in the fourth quarter with Memphis up 7 points with just past 8 minutes left.
How many
Jaren
points? How
Jackson's
many?
got 25 for
Ooh.
Memphis.
Ooh, okay.
Uh,
Jaren Jackson.
So they've got a pretty balanced offense right now. Jackson's got 25. Valanciunas has 16. Ja Morant has 15. Brooks has 15, and Clark has 12.
Nice. How many boards does Valanciunas have?
He's tied for second on the team with 4.
Wow.
Jay, it's your boy.
Josh Jackson has the most rebounds on Memphis.
Don't disrespect me like that, bro. Don't disrespect me like that.
What's Melo's numbers looking like?
Why? Why do you need to know?
13 points, 2 rebounds.
Field goal percentage, please.
5 for 7.
5 of 7, bro. He's actually
Wow.
He only shot 1 3 and missed.
0 of 1 from the 3-point line, 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
Dame 7 for 17. That's where they're a bit off.
Yeah.
Well then.
We
well
just gonna ignore the fact that Carmelo Anthony has 2 steals? Carmelo Anthony playing defense out here?
Oh,
Shit.
Nigga, hold on. What year is it?
Where is Steve Novak? Somebody get Raymond Felton and Steve Novak on the wire.
Oh my God.
yeah, 25 minutes, 13 points, 2 boards, 2 steals, 3
Nurkic,
turnovers.
10.
Hey, Charles Barkley, I hope you see this, man. You predicted Portland to knock the Lakers out of the playoffs in the first round, right? In order to knock niggas out, you got to get in. And it ain't looking like they getting in, my brother. If they don't win this game, they ass out. I'm telling you that right now.
And the more interesting games later on, what time is it? In 7 minutes, the Celtics and Bucks are going to tip off.
Okay, let's talk about Celtics and Bucks real quick fast, okay?
Let's get it.
Yes.
Who's a better duo? Okay, better duo. Giannis and Middleton or Tatum and Walker?
Man.
I'll take Tatum and Walker.
On paper, I'd say Tatum and Walker, but I probably got to go Giannis and Middleton, man. Like, on paper, you would think it's Tatum and Walker, but I feel like Giannis and Middleton have more of a rapport going on, man. Like, I don't think Kemba's been in Boston long enough to really call them a dynamic duo, if you understand what I'm saying. Maybe in a couple of years, but not yet. Not yet.
Panky, who do you think?
Like, Panky, come on, man. Bring it home, bro.
I'm with Figs on this one.
Let's go.
You guys gonna make this man grab 2 more Coronas?
So let's address some shit before we move on.
You're a massive Kemba Walker fan. Let's say that right now.
He really
Jason
wanted
Tatum's team. Jason Tatum's team.
He really wanted Kemba Walker to go to the Raptors, but then we ended up with fucking Valanciunas.
So let's just talk about Chris Middleton for a hot second.
Oh my god.
In the year 2019, 2020, Chris Middleton has 21 points to go. Now, that's a lot. I'll give him that. I ain't mad at that. But at the same time, y'all ever see 101 Dalmatians? Y'all remember at the end of the movie where they was trying to hide from Cruella de Vil and her little minions or whatever, her little henchmen, so they covered themselves in soot and ash so they would look like Labradors? Chris Middleton looks like that. I don't think that he has the right to be on an NBA court.
Wow.
That's the first thing.
Wow.
Listen.
What's the second thing?
Yo, I'm about to give you this Tupac picture, right? And you yeah.
The second thing is this. At no point in life would I think to myself, Giannis is out, but it's cool because Chris Middleton got it.
I mean, bro, you got to look at their record this year without Giannis. They was fucking destroying people, bro. Destroying people without Giannis this year.
Pull up the stat line for me when they destroyed people without Giannis.
Somebody pull it up.
I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if I can find anything.
I just don't there's no reason. In the 4 other games without Antetokounmpo, the Bucks beat the New Orleans Pelicans 127-112 on December 11th. Topped the Atlanta Hawks 112-86 on December 27th. The Magic 111-100 the next night and outscored Washington 151-131.
You put up 151 points without Giannis? That's crazy, bro.
Against the Wizards, Kristaps could put up at least 30.
Nigga, 151 without Giannis? I don't care who you playing, bro. 151 without Giannis. That is crazy. That's nuts. You think the Lakers would put that up without LeBron? Hell no. Hell no.
Just give Dion Waiters some edibles. He'll go off.
Middleton averaged 29, including a 51-point outburst that was critical to the Bucks beating Washington.
51? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, that was the game where him and Bradley Beal just shot the ball.
Bro, this guy went toe-to-toe with Bradley Beal, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
But then next up to Bradley Beal was Rui Hachimura.
Like, what are you talking about, bro? You trying to tell me him going toe-to-toe with Bradley Beal is the reason I should give him a nod?
Hey, you ever seen J.R. Smith score 51 points?
First of all,
2K.
Don't disrespect my nigga Henny Smith. We're not talking about him right now. Okay? You're trying to tell me Chris Middleton is better than Kemba Walker.
I didn't say he was better.
But we're not talking about them separately. We're talking about
as a duo, that's fine. But Jason Tatum,
camaraderie.
All right. If you had to pick the Bucks or the Celtics based on their duo, who you taking?
Right now, I'm taking the Bucks right now.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Bucks. Listen, the Celtics play a lot of one-on-one basketball. Like Tatum is a one-on-one player. He's an isolation player. Not to say that he can't play without the ball, because he can. But you know what I mean? Giannis and what's his name? Middleton, they do a lot of pick and pop. They do a lot of Middleton comes off screens and
I'll just take Giannis over whoever Boston has in front of him.
You don't even know his name. You said Giannis and what's his name? Come on, man. Don't nobody say Jason Tatum and what's his name? Everybody knows Kemba Walker.
No, they say Kemba Walker and what's his name?
Okay. I can't. Phil, get your mans. I can't talk to him.
I just simply I'll take Giannis over whoever Boston has trying to defend him.
Listen, Giannis. No, don't get it wrong. Kemba Walker is a nice playmaker, but who would you rather with the ball in their hands to make a better decision, Giannis or Kemba? Come on, man.
But I didn't put Giannis up against Kemba. I put Giannis up against Jason Tatum. I put Kemba against Chris Middleton. I'll take Kemba over Chris Middleton any day.
Yeah, offensively, yeah. I mean, one-on-one basketball.
Does Kemba guard Middleton? Who does he go up against when they play?
Nah, Kemba wouldn't guard Middleton.
Yeah.
Nah. He'd guard Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, on paper, Jason Tatum and Kemba is the better duo. But in actuality, right now, it's Giannis and Middleton. Yeah, it is.
I don't know about all that. I mean, we're going to see. The way I look at it is Boston beats the Bucks. That's how I feel.
I picked Boston to beat the Bucks in the – well, you talking about tonight or you talking about the playoffs?
I'm talking about in the playoffs.
And I picked Boston to beat the Bucks. You know, I definitely picked them. So
I agree with you. By the idea that you think the Bucks duo is better than the Celtics duo. It confuses me.
Listen, man.
I think that's more to Boston having a deeper team than Milwaukee, but at the top, Milwaukee is more top-heavy.
Oh, yeah, way more top-heavy. But Boston, like Frankie said, Boston is one of the deepest teams in the league, man.
So Boston is Rasputia is what you're saying. They're just top-heavy.
No, Milwaukee is top-heavy.
Milwaukee. You're right, Milwaukee. I'm sorry.
Yeah, them motherfuckers is Rasputia. Yep.
They take a deep breath and the horn go beep.
So who wins tonight?
I'm still taking Boston tonight.
I don't know. I think Giannis is gonna flex on the world tonight, bro.
I was gonna say, we were talking about guys who want to ball and who like pretend to ball. Giannis is gonna come to ball.
Oh yeah.
There's not gonna be any rust. He's just gonna come and just take 3 steps to travel the entire length of the court and yam it on somebody.
He's gonna be like, y'all. Go ahead.
What makes you think that? Like, what makes you think that Giannis is gonna come out just ready to run? I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just curious as to where your rationale is coming from.
How Giannis always handles himself and how he takes care of himself. He's always getting better every year and every chance he can get. Like, I've never seen him like be humbled or like taking time off or anything like that.
But so is Jason Tatum.
Okay, he'll ball too, but I'm just saying Giannis is going to come up the gate strong. I'm not saying nobody on Boston is working out. I'm just saying Giannis is going to come out guns blazing.
Oh yeah. All right, so we got another really good game. The
question is everybody else in Milwaukee going to come out strong? That's the question.
Remains to be seen. Yeah. But, I mean, listen, to be fair to Milwaukee, they have really good chemistry, bro. That team has a lot of – listen, DiVincenzo, that motherfucker's the man. That's Alex Caruso on steroids. He's the man. I mean, it's a hell of a year. Brook Lopez, it pains me to fucking say this, but the guy is actually a good basketball player. You know what I mean? So it's just like they have a lot of chemistry, you know. Not to say that Boston doesn't. And I do feel that Brad Stevens is one of the best coaches, if not the best coach in the NBA. But I don't know. I think tonight the Bucks take it, but I do think in the playoffs, Boston.
Brook Lopez is the epitome of the three-point shot saving. Might be like
Budenholzer is better. I'm not gonna repeat the second one because Philip is back.
No, Budenholzer has Giannis.
And Vogel has LeBron, so you can't really start doing.
Listen, but Vogel did it with Roy Hibbert. What happened to Roy Hibbert when he left Indiana, bro? Motherfucker turned into dust.
No, Phoenix just beat Washington, so that's
turned into
taken care
Kwame
of.
Brown, bro. Roy Hibbert went from to Kwame
Nigga
Brown.
went from
God.
Stefan Urkel to Steve Urkel. Nigga, goddamn.
This nigga went to Myrtle, nigga. I'm talking about Steve. Yo. Oh,
All right, so Mavs Rockets. That's a good fucking game, man.
That's gonna be fun.
I'm taking the Mavs, bro.
I don't know, man. Listen.
I'm taking the Mavs, baby. I think Luka and Chris Stapps, they got something to prove right now, and I think they just got a chemistry that we haven't seen that kind of chemistry from the White brothers. You know what I mean? It's gonna be nice. Since my man's Larry Bird and Kevin McHale.
Wow.
Gang, baby.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually want the Mavericks to do well. I mean, I know Chris Stapps left New York, but I'm a big fan of Porzingis, man. I want to see the guy do well. You know what I mean?
Chris Stapps left New York because he wanted to be good at basketball.
No, he actually left because. Anyway.
Oh, what you mean is neither here nor there. We do not endorse forced interactions. Okay.
Listen, I'm allegedly. Let me correct myself. Allegedly.
Consent is cool, everybody. Consent is cool.
It is.
Silence means no. It's a no.
I want Houston to do well just because I want it to happen where Houston makes it to the finals. But that pick is looking crazier and crazier by the day.
You know what I don't like about Houston, and maybe it's just because I'm a fan, but like for some reason I just can't get behind James Harden. I just can't. Like, I don't care, man. Score as many points as you want to, but you're just not a champion.
The break helped him out huge this year, that's for sure.
It did. But I look at James Harden, I'm like, you're just not a champion, bro. You're not a King James. I just can't see it.
You know what? I'm normally with you on that, but I'm tired of talking shit about James Harden. Like, I'm tired of every year it's just like, oh, you ain't close. I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of it. And I actually, it's 2020. A motherfucking pandemic came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So, maybe shit is going to flip on his head and James Harden is going to go crazy in the playoffs. Maybe.
If Westbrook wasn't on Houston with Harden, I would have said that James Harden would have been the last one of those Seattle, Oklahoma guys to win a championship.
So you think Westbrook is going to end up being a problem? I mean, that's
no. I think Harden would be the problem. I'm saying if Westbrook was on another team, I think he would be more likely to get a ring, and then it would be Harden would be the last one of those four to get a championship. That's what I'm saying.
Got you.
Because I don't know.
I agree with that. I think one thing about Westbrook that I like about him is he's a dog, man. Like Westbrook, he don't give up.
No, he don't.
Harden doesn't have that fight that I want to see from a champion. You know, like Harden to me looks like the dude that he just wants to shoot. He just wants to do hood rat things with his friends, and that's cool. That's fine. But
I'm surprised he wasn't eating chicken wings with Lou Williams. But
I mean, what I'm saying? Like Harden looks like he's in it for the clout. You know what I'm saying? Like he's here to get publicity. He wants to put that in. He could be like, yeah, I'm the guy that scored 60. Like he's not. I don't know if blood, sweat, and tears for a championship. You know what I mean? I just don't see that in him. Maybe it's just me. I mean, it might be just a vindictive kind of bias because he's the other James that we have to contend with outside of LeBron, but I just don't see it.
I don't know. I mean, that's normally my sentiment as well. But like I said, I'm hoping for change this year, man. So I don't know.
I just wish Houston kept Capella. That would have been nice.
That'd have been great.
That still confuses me to this day.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna let Barack Obama over here keep hoping on change. We're gonna keep up with Luka Doncic, who is 20, 21 years old, and the in my opinion, the 4th, 5th, or 6th best player in the league right now. So James can take a seat. He's okay.
Yeah, he turned 21 this year.
Yeah, I'm okay with James Harden never winning anything ever again.
Wow, that sucks. All right, so real quick, what seed are the Mavericks right now? Just curious. They're what, 6th or 7th, huh?
Let me check. Let me
They should
see.
be.
The Mavericks are
7.
7th in the West. The Rockets are 6th.
Okay. How far apart are the games?
Half or 1.5.
Wow. So the Clippers are currently 2nd. Okay, who do you guys think poses more of a threat to that Clippers team in the first round?
That's Houston.
What about?
The reason I say
I
the
do too.
Mavericks is because the same way we look at the Lakers and say the Clippers don't have anyone on their roster who can guard Anthony Davis. Who the hell is guarding Kristaps Porzingis?
That's true, but has Porzingis really returned to like his New York form? Like I've never really seen a whole lot of like
just because we haven't really, we want to watch him really get into it. But in basketball, it's a different game, and if they make it to that point, like Kristaps Porzingis is going to have to realize that he is going to be the focal point. And Luka's going to put up his numbers regardless, but Kristaps is going to come to work. He's going to have to because ain't nobody else guarding him.
Nah, you're right. In my opinion, I've seen the matchups against the Clippers this year, and the very first matchup, when I say they took Luka out of his game completely, man. Like they threw Paul George at him, they threw Kawhi at him. He had a horrible field goal percentage. Granted, it's his first game against the Clippers, but I mean, I'm just hoping that's not a sign of things to come because let's all make this clear. I want the Clippers out of the playoffs expeditiously. You know what I mean? So I hope if they match up, Luka gets it together. But for some reason, I really don't have faith in Luka against the Clippers. I feel like they know how to neutralize him. Porzingis is going to do his thing because, like you said, they have no one to guard him, and that's understandable. But Luka is the driving force of that team. So I feel like if you take him out of his game, kind of messed
between Dallas and Houston, I legitimately don't know the answer to this question. Aside from Harden and Westbrook and Porzingis and Luka, whose like secondary team is like better? Who do you trust more? Houston's secondary, or Dallas's bench?
I'd probably go Dallas's bench.
I mean, look,
because
I like Harold, I like Harkless, but I gotta go Dallas anyway.
Yeah,
which is another reason I say Dallas is going to give more trouble for the Clippers. Like, they just a better team. Like, the Rockets, I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm just being facetious, but to me, the Rockets revolve around James putting up 60 points.
Because, the Rockets' next two scorers after Westbrook and Harden are Eric Gordon at 14.5 points a game and Robert Covington.
Robert Covington is a solid piece. The
other one is Daniel House Jr. Those are the only guys that averaged 10 or more points after Harden and Westbrook.
See, that's going to be their downfall. Their bench is going to end up being their downfall. The Mavericks are definitely the more well-rounded team.
You got 16. With a 16 PER, Delon Wright with a 15 PER, Doncic with a 27 PER, Kristaps with a 20 PER. Like, they just got guys who are playing ball right now.
Hardaway and Finney-Smith also can, score a few points there also.
Listen, Hardaway can get hot in bunches. He can in bunches.
Points a game, Wiz giving you 16. Doncic giving you 29. Porzingis giving you 20. I mean, they got dudes, they got Powell too. Powell can give you 10 points. Dwight Powell. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
Powell he's a solid piece. He's a
but like they
solid
just
piece.
got they just run. To me, they run a better team, a little bit better, and I think as a team, they're gonna give the Clippers a harder time.
I do too, as the team. But I mean, one thing I do want to point out: Westbrook is going to try to destroy Patrick Beverley by any means necessary.
Rightfully so.
Whether it's
But we
detrimental to
also
the team
know-
or not.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's the problem right there. Because we all know that if there's one thing Patrick Beverley is good at, it's getting under people's skin. And there's one thing Westbrook cannot handle is when people get under his skin. Westbrook is going to try to destroy Patrick Beverley, and Patrick Beverley is going to piss him off to the point where Westbrook is no longer playing smart basketball, but he's playing OKC 2016 basketball. And everybody knows that Westbrook is not a champion.
Well, I can't argue with you there.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Rockets are not going to beat the Clippers.
Also, I
I'll tell you
trust.
that right now.
Also, I do trust Rick Carlisle a bit more than Mike D'Antoni.
Whole facts. Whole
listen.
facts. I could write a whole book about that.
Listen, nigga, that is the most obvious, bro.
I
Mike
mean,
D'Antoni.
we should have just started with that.
Hold up. Grizzlies and Trailblazers in overtime. Oh my God, they're tied at 124. This game is going to overtime.
Oh, wow.
Sheesh.
See the stat lines. Jackson. I get the Jackson's confused on Memphis. Jaren Jackson Jr. has 30.
God damn.
Jaw has 19. Brandon Clark has 19. Brooks is 15. Valanciunas is 16. And then on Portland, McCollum's got 27. Lillard's got 24. Melo's got 19. On 7 for 9 shooting, so he did miss.
Oh shit.
Somebody check and see if he got a hoodie on.
His
plus minus is -7.
Those 2 shots were threes also.
Oh man.
And also a pleasant surprise for Portland. Nurkic has 18 points.
Oh shit. Listen, guys, I love y'all, but we gotta wrap this up. I'm trying to see that overtime, man. What's up?
And I feel obligated just to point this out. Sacramento's playing San Antonio. Oh God. Oh, that's a thing that's happening tonight at 8:00.
Why did you feel like that's what you wanted to end off with?
Nigga, I don't even want to watch. I don't even want to watch basketball anymore. You don't
like,
fuck my stomach up with that shit.
Like, we was having a good conversation.
Are you
nigga? I'll watch hockey tonight, nigga. Fuck that shit. Oh my God.
Man, I'll watch Equestrian before I watch Sacramento Kings play basketball.
That's bad.
I mean, I like De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield, but the rest of them niggas could blow the grip, man. Like, and the Spurs, oh my God. Oh.
Yeah, they're just happy to be there.
They play as bad as their jerseys, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's uncalled for. Thank you. As a Canadian sports viewer who has cable, because white people be paying bills and stuff. Does Sportsnet air a lot of basketball?
It's TSN is what you're gonna be looking for.
Okay, ain't nobody paying no $90 for 6 months.
Well, I'm just telling you. Well, there's
damn TSN.
Sportsnet is the one that carries all the hockey for the most part. So, yeah.
Well, that's a dub because I don't watch hockey.
Well, I can check my listing and see what's actually on. I'll message you, but
Well, come on, man. You white. We rely on you because I know you be paying your bills, man.
Listen, man. NBA League Pass. NBA League Pass.
NBA League Pass in Canada is a tragedy.
Is it that bad?
Like 70% of the games are blacked out. I tried to log into it. It was like, they only accept American cards. Like, I'm not even trying to fall on that. Like,
what? Oh, that's nonsense.
It's craziness. Anyway, like you said, we're about to go watch this overtime game. So anybody who's go check out
Boston, Milwaukee's on Sportsnet 1. Everything else, I think it might be baseball. Sadly.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Because baseball is going to be on its way out because of COVID. But
that's upsetting.
Coronavirus.
Man, y'all get off my screen, man. Much love to the family. Much love to everybody out there. I know Philly bounced, but we're going to make this thing happen. Go check out the overtime game because it's about to be bumped. Just remember, Giannis and Middleton are not better than Kemba and Jason Tatum. That is a unanimous fact.
That's not a unanimous fact. As of right now, you're in the minority because Phil isn't here.
Listen, man, I hope the whole Falcons team opts out except for Matt Ryan so he could throw the...
First of all, we wasn't even talking about NFL today. Why do you have to bring that shit up? Huh? Why you have to bring that
listen,
up?
you ain't going to be there to talk about how your boy ain't in the top 100, you know what I mean? So
No, we already discussed this. The NFL top 100 is rigged, okay? It's propaganda, all right? It don't make no sense.
Hey. Thank you. Real quick before we get out of here. You know how we was putting up clips on Instagram? Clips is pretty cool, right? This is what I need you to do. Because I know you got the video. Send me the clip of this motherfucker in New York watching the Patriots and Falcons Super Bowl, please.
Oh, I have to find that somewhere.
Send that shit.
I think that was sent in the Messenger group chat. So
who got the video? Somebody got it?
Because you can search in Messenger that like all the stuff that's been shared, like photos and stuff.
Yo, put that shit up. Darren Waller is number 99 on the list.
A very productive tight end for the Raiders.
Yo, I'm not even going to come for you with that bullshit. Allen Robinson is number 93 on the list.
Who's 100?
Number 100 is Levante David.
I know Tannehill's like 69 or something like that.
Grady Jarrett is number 91. So what you're effectively telling me, NFL
players.
Yes, NFL. We addressing everybody.
Who's the
players,
last
fans, executives, everybody.
Hold on. I want to
Grady
get
Jarrett is better than Matt Ryan as a football player for the Atlanta Falcons.
Hold on. I want to get you mad real quick because it's fun. Who's the last quarterback on that list?
I'm about to find out right now.
Oh, we had it. I had it also.
Good God. Hold on. Let me see. Kyler Murray is number 90. Yo.
Nigga, you bench Kyler?
Josh Allen is number 87.
Bruh.
Tannehill 68. Cousins is 58.
Shit.
And then the rest of them make sense. That's fine. But like those last four.
Nigga, Matt Ryan got kicked off the list for a nigga named Kyler. Yeah, I think that's a good note to leave on, man.
Also, Josh Allen's captain bootleg, so that's another one also.
Hey.
So you know what Matt Ryan has to do this year though? He's got to rise up.
Yo, get off my screen, bro. Get off my screen, bro. I'm not gonna take no more of this disrespect, son. Get off my screen, bro.
Listen, man, you ain't gonna be there tomorrow to get it, so you gotta get it now, man.
Nah, we done, bro. We done. Cause it don't make no sense that Kyler Murray is on the top 100 list and Matt Ryan is nowhere to be found. It just does not compute.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's disrespectful.
Yeah. Also, again, Tannehill should be on the 8. That is some offensive.
Nigga, that is right all there. Derrick Henry. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
Anyway, man, this has been another ignorant sports talk. You know what I mean? Like, subscribe, share, and get ready for some more ignorant shit because it's coming your way.
And go on Twitter and hit up every NFL player that voted for Kyler Murray. Tell them they ain't shit. Be easy. I'm
Signing out.